Well, let's get into some money talk for you this afternoon. You know the recession is hitting Arizona families extremely hard, and it is not uncommon to see those losing their homes also losing their families to divorce because of all of this financial stress. But there are some steps that you can take to make sure that your family stays strong during the financial hardship. Bob Berger is a certified divorce financial analyst. He's from Perspective Financial Services, and Leah Haben has been on our show before. She's a relationship expert with UltimateDatingCoach.com. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Bob, let's start with you. First of all, how serious is this kind of lost house, lost spouse syndrome we're going through?
We know financial stress adds to marital stress, right? And we see a lot of, obviously, foreclosures and short sales and people just struggling, unemployed, underemployed. So it's adding to the level of divorce and the questions that people have as they're going through divorce.
Yeah, is this about the highest you've seen in your profession right now?
I heard recently that we just hit a record high. I haven't seen that stat, but I heard that we've just hit a record high in Maricopa County.
Yeah, it's sad. Leah, when you look at this, obviously, when you're talking about financial stress is the number one thing that really splits a couple up. This has to be so tumultuous for a lot of people.
Well, it is. When you hit the finances, first of all, losing your home, you're losing your home. It's actually part, your family is there, you have memories, there's so many ties, and, that is a place of security for us. So you're losing the security of your family as well as your home environment. It's very dramatic.
Are you seeing in your profession that emotional roller coaster couples are on?
I am. I'm seeing a big number of divorce coaching clients right now.
Yeah. So, Bob, let's talk for a second about the financial side of this, because to get divorced costs a lot of money. I read something that said like $20,000. Do you say higher than that?
I say higher. I think 20,000 might be a good number if the couple's willing to work together.
Yeah.
If they're going to fight. I just left a meeting with an attorney where they said they just charged $25,000 just for one spouse, so we could assume that $20,000 probably at least double it.
Wow. Okay, so it can cost anywhere from $20,000 if it went really smoothly up to 50, 60, 70.
And keep going. I've heard numbers 100 plus.
Wow, to get a divorce.
Right.
Which means if you don't have the money right now to pay the mortgage, you probably don't have the money to get divorced. And we are kind of seeing a trend of that holding pattern on we're getting divorced, but we just can't afford it right now.
Right.
Yeah. So Leah, then I guess the question becomes, for people who are in that boat, what are some coping techniques for, we're going to be in the same house for a while?
Well, I think that, first of all, put the kids first. Decide a plan, explain to the kids that, what's going on. Depending on their age, obviously you want to make it age appropriate, but you know what, the kids got to live here too. Co-parents, be good people to each other. You loved each other once. If you can salvage the relationship, do it. If you can't, get professional help and get some guidelines.
Yeah, and I guess that would be the question. If you can, gosh, wouldn't it be nice if, you're stuck in this house together for the next 6 months and somehow miraculously you figure out how to get this relationship back on track? And
it does happen. You both have to be committed. You both have to really want it and take those initial steps to make it happen.
So, Bob, then in the meantime, let's talk about, let's say you're here for 6 more months trying to figure this thing out. What are some financial steps that people should be taking as a couple, even though they're getting divorced, to try to move forward in a healthy way?
I think one of the best things to do is take inventory of where you are. Understand what your budget looks like, what assets you have. If you're in a lot of debt, start taking care of that. Really get a big picture of where you are.
Yeah, divorce is heartbreaking at any level and any stage of your life and any economic crisis we're going through. But when you look at where we are today, to know that things were maybe okay if you would have stayed together and the economic crisis ends up being in your house is really sad.
Right.
Yeah, thank you both for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Daphne?